in the chat for being here. We appreciate you so much. Thanks for coming. For anybody who's watching on their channel, because you guys could stream this to your channel. I thought I told you, but I forgot. I should have done that before. But
I just did that.
Did you? Okay, because I'm just doing this for the fun of it. So yeah. I am so happy, you guys, to say, well, my name's Deann, if you don't know me, and to this side of me, and you guys, I'm sure y'all know these people, but if you don't and you're new, this is Lena Rodriguez from Terror Down Under, and she's amazing. She's a doctor. She's brilliant, and well, all of them are brilliant. And then below me, this is Mel Dorr, the Aloha Shirt Psychic. And he has a great channel. If you haven't been to it, you should go. And then everybody.
I never heard of him.
You never heard of him?
Yeah.
No.
Never heard of him.
And this is Linda G, the Comanche psychic. And she has been one of the first ones that I started. Oh, you and Lena. And then I met Mel. I've been watching these guys for like 2 years before I started my channel. And they are so wonderful. The first time I met him, I'm like, hi, I'm Deann. I'm starting a YouTube channel. I know there's not a snowball's chance in hell, but would you guys maybe come and read with me? And they did. And I love them. And they're great. So we're going to talk about some political questions and how I thought I'd do it since there's 4 of us to make it easier. I've written out some questions and I'll go around clockwise, like to Lena, then Linda, then Mel, and I'll make a statement and then see what you guys' answers are to the questions. And then Mel, if anybody wants to jump in or say anything, feel free. And everybody too, at the end of the show, in honor of these 3 being here, if you put #manifest, I'll enter you into a drawing for a free oil at the end of the night, a free manifesting oil. They kind of look like this. And I use them every day. I've been using them for years. I love them. So this, you and if you guys want one, just look, you guys can pick one. I'll send it free anytime you want.
I got all bases covered here, you all. These things work.
Yeah.
I have 2 in front of me, but I have like 6 or 7 there. And so, but anyway, get my little phone on here so I can ask and get my glasses on.
And we've got New Zealand in the house. Kia ora.
Hi, Sherry, voices from the swamp too, and Baby Blue, everybody. I can't say hi to all of you, but I gotta move my keyboard. But no, if I don't say hi, I see you out there, and I appreciate you, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So, all right. So the first question that I thought up in the middle of the night while I was writing these down was, okay, you guys, Trump recently signed a new executive order for the criminalization of homelessness. So some criminalization measures included carrying out sweeps, confiscating personal property, including tents, bedding, papers, clothing, and even medications. And they're making panhandling illegal. Excuse me, my mouth is dry. And anyway, there's approximately 771,000 homeless people in the United States. And now they're calling them criminals. And with prices getting higher and food stamps being cut and Medicare being cut, there's going to be even more homelessness. So what my question is, and I'm going to Lena first with this, how do you see this going? Do you see him forcing Medicaid and homeless people, and some are vets, to work the fields or the farm, or as for the farmers or slave labor? Or are they going to lock them up in for-profit prisons? And then how do you get out? You don't have a home,
Yes.
So how long do they keep them? So I just wanted to know you guys' thoughts on that. So you're first, Lena.
Well, for me, it's something close to my heart, because my poverty-stricken Irish grandparents were homeless in between having the 100 kids,
Mm-hmm.
And it is going to get worse. You're absolutely right. And I guess this is Project 2025 in action. So it's actually separating from society. It's criminalizing of poverty, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And homelessness. It's a crime to be poor, and it's outrageous. And I think pressure should be put on the Christian bodies to actually help out and do something about this.
Yes.
Some won't, but shame them into action would be my only piece of practical advice. Like, we all have to do our bit, whatever that is, that we can in our area for homelessness.
Yes. What do you think, Linda? Do you feel like they're going to try to use these people on the farms, or try to use them for-profit prisons and for-profit, concentration camps? And
whatever they start, they won't complete. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you, just like with him saying they want the Kennedy Center changed to the Donald Trump Center. It's not
really?
They can start it, but it's not. I see everything being reversed.
Well, good.
But they will come up with some ideas with the homeless, because Gavin Newsom has some great ideas.
Thank you, Teresa. That's so nice of you. She sent a little sticker.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Mel?
Did you say Trump read something? Is that what you said?
No, I said that he made an executive order making homelessness criminal, and they're taking these people's tents, their medicines, their everything, and they're kicking them out, and they have nowhere to go. And if they have nowhere to go, they can be arrested, and they're talking about putting them in mental institutions.
Well, number one, I'm surprised he can write.
I don't think he wrote.
Well, he doesn't. He has thought bubbles, and someone else writes it out.
So I'm surprised they can sign his name. I'm picking up that here again, it's him vilifying others and making them seem almost subhuman.
Yes,
it won't work. If he tries to criminalize this, it goes to court. The courts will overturn it in a New York second. Jimmy Carter is coming through for some reason to me right now, telling me about Habitat for Humanity. And when, I think he worked with Habitat for Humanity building housing for people that are homeless and things like that. By virtue of the fact that Trump is vilifying homeless, they have to work in these jobs, they have to do this. He's trying to justify deporting Latinos, which he'll never justify.
Yes.
Number two, many of these people are mentally ill. And so rather than vilifying these people and arresting them, I'm seeing a lot of people are going to start a lot more organizations like Habitat for Humanity and saying, now we built structure for these people, Donald, so you can put it where the sun doesn't shine.
Yes.
It won't work. I mean, Donald Trump's executive order, it'll go to court. The courts will overturn it. It won't work.
Yeah. Each state has their own thing anyway. I know California does. And I know Gavin Newsom kind of came down hard on the homeless. But it's all mental illness, as you know. They need hospitalization. Before Reagan came in, I have an uncle who was a paranoid schizophrenic. And a grandfather, too. He died at Napa State Hospital. My uncle was at Napa. And then Reagan says, y'all can leave.
Yeah, and then didn't provide any alternatives. No. And if you look at every city in the world, there used to be boarding houses, remember, in every city that were cheap as chips, and it provided a last stop before homelessness. Then all of that became prime real estate. London, New York, San Francisco, anywhere. And so they got rid of the boarding houses.
When Reagan did that, when they closed the mental institutions here, some of those people had been there for life and they had absolutely nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And they became homeless. I mean, it was absolutely horrific. And I think, for him doing this against homeless people, it's vilifying the poor. It's vilifying the mentally ill. Yeah. And I think it goes to show how Donald Trump and his cronies feel about mental illness and the poverty situation in this country. Rather than doing something constructive, they want to lock them up. Wrong answer. That's not going to work. It never has.
And of course, so many homeless are veterans.
That's
yes,
right.
Yes, PTSD and things like that. And it reminds me of Scrooge. Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Like just treating them as if they're not human because they're down on their luck. And if you take away food stamps and you take away Medicaid and you take away these helping things, HUD, things like that, you're going to have more of it. So there was one homeless guy who said they talk about, pee and stuff like that on the street. He goes, why can't they put a porta potty somewhere where we could have a place to go? And I thought,
Hey, listen, we better bring this up because Mel's going to Hawaii. There's a tsunami warning for Hawaii because there was an 8.0 earthquake in Russia.
Yes, I know.
Oh, there was.
I was talking to my friend on Kauai. I did a show right before this one, and she said, yes, I don't think it's going to be a humongous, if there is a such word, tsunami that will hit Hawaii. But I do see it maybe hitting places in Indonesia and things like that. But, I have to say that Hawaii has a phenomenal, in the South Pacific, a phenomenal tsunami alert system.
I know. I was in Hawaii once, and this siren went off, and I was going, oh my God. And it goes into every hotel, suburb, bar, brothel.
Wow.
It goes everywhere. Everyone is warned.
So there, if that's the case, then people have enough time to go to higher ground.
Yeah.
And so, I hate to see destruction of property, but the Hawaiians know pretty much what to do and how to get there.
Do you know where in Russia the earthquake was?
I don't know. Russia's so big. The way I found about it, I read it in the chat on the last show that I did. I didn't even know. Well, I knew about I knew that there was tsunami warnings for Kauai, but I didn't know for what reason.
Yeah, the North Pacific Ocean, and it's right outside of Russia. It's in the ocean of Russia.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, Karen said criminalizing poverty while giving massive cuts to the rich is pure evil, and they will pay dearly.
They're evil. That's all there is to it.
Hallelujah.
Let's visualize a good country with wonderful president like Biden or Obama or even Clinton. Anybody was better than him.
Jimmy Carter is saying loud and clear, then people, what you start doing is volunteering for places like Habitat for Humanity, and if you're going to donate money, donate $1, donate something to that cause. And that helps change the energy, I think. Something good that you do helps uplift the energy.
Right.
Yes.
I like the reason I was late is a male stripper was at the door, but I donated the $1.50 to them.
Did you? Did you get your $1.50 worth?
Hell yeah. And I got some change back too.
He went home and said, who gave you the 50 cents? And Linda said, all did.
Oh, God. Well, here's the next one, guys.
Where I live, they just posted a tsunami watch.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because it was in the Pacific Ocean, and I live in the north, so yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know they had tsunamis there.
Away, you guys know what happened.
The South Pacific tsunami warning system, like I said, is like next to none. So, people get enough time to be alerted. So, I don't think it's going to be a humongous tsunami. If it is, I see people being safe. I'm more worried about Indonesia, Jakarta, those areas, or things in the Indian Ocean, more toward like Thailand, like Phuket, Phi Phi Dan, those areas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the next topic I wrote down, you guys. Ghislaine Maxwell is supposedly gave Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche 100 names of people who went to Epstein's Island. Then Trump said Trump said in Scotland when he was asked about the files, and remember, he goes, "Oh, you got to be kidding me." He thought he was getting away with it there, not having to hear about it, which that made me laugh. But then he said Clinton went on the island 28 times, and he mentioned Alan Dershowitz and Larry Summer, a Harvard law professor. But Trump said, this blew my mind. I declined Epstein's invitation visit to his island. He said, I never had the privilege of going. The privilege. So
everybody was upset about that.
Yes. And this is like child trafficking, and it's a privilege. And a lot was going on in Mar-a-Lago too. He didn't have to go to the island. They were friends for 15 years. But he also was asked if he would pardon Ghislaine, and he said, well, I hadn't thought about it. He said, I guess I'm allowed to. I haven't thought about it. So
that means he's thought about it.
Right. So my question was for you first, Lena, do you feel Ghislaine Maxwell will be pardoned to say Trump was never on the island and she'll just give up some Democratic names to calm his base down? And if he does that, how's his base going to react if he pardons her? Won't it make him even look guiltier? Because his base has got to know he's on the list. But will they be satisfied if the list comes out and they're told he's not on it and she is pardoned? So I wanted to see, first, Lena, what you thought about that and what your feelings were.
Okay, I think this is a crossroads because rich men are rich men and playboys are playboys, and it crosses all boundaries, Republican, Democrat, Muslim, heads of state, everything. The Dems, this is what's keeping me up at night. The Dems need to get out on the front foot today, like now, and say, should any Democrats be proven to have engaged in acts with underage girls, they are no longer welcome in the party. I think they need to say that as a buffer, because she spent 2 days giving up Democrat names, right?
Right.
And if they don't act, it's going to, then the base, the MAGA base goes, oh, it wasn't our mob at all. Oh, it was them. This is obviously going to happen. So the Dems need to get out there today.
Yeah.
And
also, well, she's asking for all kinds of stuff, and they're saying she's not really helping Trump out. I hope that's true.
I heard she said something about pleading the fifth.
Yeah. But if Congress gives her what she wants, but see, there's Republicans in there. So
Well, I just read that the House Oversight Committee, and there's MAGAs on that committee as well as Democrats and whomever, rejected Maxwell's offer to be granted immunity in exchange for testifying to Congress. So they rejected that.
Yeah, because she'll tell them the truth is what she'll tell them. Actually,
that's exactly why they rejected it, because they were afraid that people they know, or maybe their names on that list.
Yeah. And by the way, Mr. Trump, who's never been on that island, said Clinton was on there 28 times or something.
Right.
Mr. never been on there.
And that shows he knows there's a list.
Yeah.
Or he's making it up. I mean, he can't keep his stories together now. Don't you find this on every issue?
Well,
he used to be able to throw out something, but now he falls on his face between lunchtime and dinner time, you know.
Well, like Pam Bondi saying that there's no list, but yet she talks about the list. What I pick up on this, I wrote, let the scandal begin. And Trump said the reason that he had a falling out with Epstein was because Epstein was taking employees from Mar-a-Lago, and he shouldn't be doing that. Hold on. And then he said there was one that was 16 years old, and she later, came out publicly against human trafficking. I think she lost her life to suicide. And my thing is, but wait a minute, Donald. What were you doing having a 16-year-old spa worker at Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah, and the undocumented staff that tend the lawns and the pools and clean the chandeliers,
Bingo. So.
And you guys are right. First, he campaigned on the list, bringing the list out. And then when they told him your name is on that list several times, Bonnie, he's like, there's no list. The list was on her desk. There's no list. Now, all of a sudden, he said Hillary and Obama and Clinton, they wrote the list. If my name's in there, they wrote it. But also they were there, so punish them.
When this first came out, I said, Donald Trump is going to blame the Democrats. They did it. They wrote it. It's a witch hunt. It's not true. But I agree with Lena and Linda that, there's Democrat names on that list. There's MAGA names on that list. There's really people. And I agree that the Dems should come forward and say, if there's anybody that's a Dem on that list, you got to prove it's true, but they should step aside for a while.
Yeah.
And how do they prove it? I mean, they can prove they went to the island. They could say, well, I never did anything. There's no, if they don't have videos of it. And why didn't they ask for this to begin with? The names.
Don't you think it's damning enough if they went to the island? What the hell were they doing there?
Yeah. Do you think they'll be prosecuted, or do you think it'll just ruin their reputation like Clinton? If he was
Yeah.
there
I
28
think
times.
Clinton's legacy has gone, I think, by the time this plays out. It's sad
Everybody knows he's a
in
player.
itself.
Yeah.
However,
It's not.
they need to do that really urgently.
I agree.
Yes.
Um,
And if she gets out, if he pardons her, that makes him look guilty too. And if she does get out, she's somewhat protected in prison. If she gets out, what's to stop them from, okay, she says, oh, Trump was never there, give me the pardon. And now she's out. What's to stop them from killing her, doing something to her, and saying it's a suicide because we don't want to risk that she might later come out with the truth?
It's
So
a
is she
miracle
safe?
she's still walking around, is all I can say.
She knows that too. She knows.
Yeah.
When Bill Barr came to visit her, she said, keep him away from me. But
Yeah.
let me tell you something, you guys. I don't know if you've heard on the news, or I think Nicole Walsh was talking about it. The Supreme Court, was it the Supreme, or she's gone to the Supreme Court because back when Jeffrey was arrested and all that, back in the beginning, they gave them a blanket something.
Yeah.
Blanket
They
pardon?
dropped all the serious charges and gave him a smack.
Like they wouldn't be persecuted or charged, not persecuted, because they did what they did. But she was part of that, and they're saying they had no right to do what they did because it's almost like Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby said, "I'll tell you what happened, but you can't put me." And then they put him in jail anyway, and he came back, and they said, "Yeah, you can't do that. He can walk free."
Mm-hmm.
So
Do you guys
they walk free just from the Supreme Court.
But Linda, you hit on something, and my psychic flash cube just went off. I picked up there's some high level judges' names on that list.
Oh, you better believe
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh, totally. Religious figures, all of them. All of them.
Some
They
MAGA,
must be nervous now, huh?
some MAGA ministers, well, probably some Catholic ones too.
Hollywood people, stars, Hollywood stars that we know very well.
For sure. Hollywood. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, maybe I can ask this question, see what you all think.
Sure.
Do you think, and I picked this up, there's some high-level judges on the list. Do you think that there's any Supreme Court justices' names past or present on that list?
Yes.
I would not be surprised, and my mind flashes to Clarence Thomas, who was
Mine, that's what I
man,
thought too, Lena.
even more than Alito. But all of them, high level.
Yes.
stuff.
Yes, and Penny said Trump spent plenty of time at Zorro Ranch in New Mexico. A lot of dirty secrets, and he was good friends with Diddy, and Diddy liked to use Mar-a-Lago a lot for his freak-offs. You know, and they were friends, and he thought about pardoning him. So we all know he's not clean, you know, and why would a guy buy 2 beauty pageants with teenagers and say, well, now I can go walk in when they're dressing?
Well, he told us.
I read for the
told us.
woman that did the costumes for that. And
You
she was
did?
there several years ago. And she said, Linda, I was there. I was sewing costumes. I watched that man go from dressing room to dressing room, gleefully trying to walk on these young girls when they were dressing.
Yeah. And he's like, I can do it because I own it. And he bragged on Howard Stern about, you know, talking about his daughter, talking about his Tiffany when she was a baby. So he said, what do you want her to be when she grows up? What are your dreams? He goes, I hope she has big boobs and long legs like her mom. I'm like, about a baby.
You know, you can tell by Donald Trump's reaction that he's already starting to do the twist, the deceit, the diversion, the detraction. And so
The weave.
psychically, I know that his name is on that list many times. But when I look at his behavior, that's an affirmation from my guides that he's guilty of some things.
Yes, and this note from Innocent Potato said, I'll bet there are some CEOs of major networks, CBS, ABC, NBC, CNN, and Fox, that probably explains the lack of coverage on Felon 34 because their names are on there too. So if you got judges and all
Netanyahu and his gang, there's a lot of them that were involved with that.
Exactly. It's international. It's international.
It
This is going to be big.
It is. It's be interesting to see what happens. But just to
that
say,
8.7 earthquake was big. Wait till this happens.
oh, I know. And just saying, I didn't have the privilege of being there. Oh, I want to thank Scotland. If anybody is watching from Scotland, God bless you. Thank you. I watched you all with the protest. I watched you playing bagpipes so loud that nobody could hear him talk. I posted your signs on my community page. I'm so proud of you. And the reporters, I loved it. He goes, whoa, he was so upset. He thought he could get away with it. And they also took a video of him cheating at golf on top of it all.
Yeah.
So thank you,
and then he
Scotland.
gave himself a statue anyway.
Right.
You did?
The most
Oh,
classic
that's
part of that was when the bagpiper was playing so loud. I thought
It was brilliant.
I want to hug that guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did too.
And I hope he was playing old Scotland.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but it's a picture of Trump with the prime minister. And it says, how come the Secret Service didn't stop this? And there's a woman in the background with a sign that says, Trump is a CU.
I posted that on my community page. I hope I don't get blocked
But we don't know if it was, made up.
It might be photoshopped.
But
Yeah.
it was.
But it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that is great. I loved it.
I'm sure the Scots will love the humor.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or is it
Well,
Scots, I think.
This was a question towards the bottom, but this subscriber's question has something to do with what I was going to ask you. There's a lot of people that say Epstein, he had power, he had connections, he had, means. And a lot of people say that he's not really dead. They may have done facial reconstruction surgery and put him in another country. So Carmen Nunnally wants to know, do you think there will be an investigation about the Epstein autopsy? And Lena, do you feel like he's alive, or do you feel like he's really, truly dead?
He's dead.
Yeah. And I'm in that camp that he is dead, but I think he was taken out. I don't think it was a suicide. But I don't think he's taken off to the Caymans. No, he's gone.
I get a strong yes with the pendulum that he's gone.
He's
dead.
Yeah, I mean, you saw his body when they were rolling him out. He had, he was bruised over here.
Yeah.
And by the way, his brother hired a pathologist to stand, a famous pathologist to stand in with the autopsies. And both of them walked out and said this was a homicide.
Yep.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up. A friend of mine is a big criminal defense lawyer in the federal government. I cannot mention his or her name. And when this first happened with Epstein, we were talking about it. And my friend said that, according to my friend and other sources, for entertainment purposes only, that Epstein was murdered, that it was not suicide.
Totally. Sleeping guards, cameras off,
and they were investigating, but all this stuff ended up disappearing, like Lena said. And he said, or she said, it's a cover-up. And so
absolutely.
I'm telling you, and it's just interesting. Barb went there the day before, and they brought in a young girl dressed like she's an attorney, but they said she was young. It was very unusual. She went up to the attorney's room where he was, and they spent some time up there. So Barb was probably trying to be nice to him. I'm willing to bet that Epstein said, you guys don't get me out of here, I'm releasing it all. If you guys don't, he didn't want to be there. You guys don't.
I think Bill Barr was sort of the bag man and gave him a last thing, do this, don't do that. And I think.
And then they arranged for the cameras to be out. I mean, as soon as I heard he was dead, I knew he was taken out. Yeah. I knew it.
And just because he's gone doesn't mean that he was the head of it, that he was the orchestrator of it. It's still going on, I believe. And not just on that island. There's other places. I had on the last Freaky Friday show, there was a interview that entertainment purposes only. This was his niece. And I put the link in that description box, that she said her uncle was Epstein. and that they said that they were Jewish, but they were actually part of this cult. It was it's like a satanic cult of Baal that does these things to children, and they're born into it, and it's like thousands of years old. Well, she is part of that, and she does this whole thing talking about her uncle, and that she believes he did not kill himself, and she believes that this is still going on, that they wanted him to be the fall guy, that if he's gone, they'll think it's stopped, but it has not. So this stuff
why do you think? And the proof is in the pudding. Why did somebody said you pronounce your name wrong? I said, I don't care how I pronounce her name.
Right.
Not the least bit concerned.
I don't know.
This snake. Why would she immediately refuse for Barr to come?
Yeah.
Why did she refuse? Because she knew he's the one that arranged for the killing.
Yep. And I've never heard this. I read somewhere that Epstein got the children of Judge Roberts, that they're adopted.
No, I think we're getting into conspiracy.
That may be conspiracy. Yeah, I seen that and I thought, well, I'm gonna click on it and see if you heard that. I never heard of such a thing.
No.
I do want to say that
Go ahead, Mel.
what's coming out with Epstein doesn't even scratch the surface of the stuff that was going on. And, it's like a domino effect. One thing leads to the other, to the other, to the other. And I don't think people realize the depth, the scope, and the width of this whole Epstein thing. That didn't even scratch the surface. I mean, boy. And a lot of people are sweating BBs right now. They're nervous.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had a couple questions here from subscribers that they wrote in, and somebody said, could you guys, she wanted to know if anybody wanted to pull a card on J.D. Vance's future, because she said no one sees him as president, and she wanted to know if any of you guys saw him as president. So
if he does,
I have a hard time seeing him.
I don't think if he is, they're not going to listen to him. They don't like him. Nobody likes him. Even Trump made that.
His numbers are so low.
Oh, did you see the polls on Trump? The polls are so low. They said there's only one president that ever had polls lower, and it was him in his first presidency.
What are they at? What's it at now, right now?
Oh, I can't remember the numbers, but it is
30s
really low.
He was 37 last I heard.
It's lower now, I think. And the only time that beat that was when his last presidency. What'd you get?
The tower, the seven of something big's going to take place, you guys.
Yeah.
Some huge thing is going to take place that may take them all down.
That's what I keep saying. Something huge is taking place. Look, I pulled the Seven of Swords, like deceit.
Yes. Look, I had it too.
Yeah.
And I've got the Ace of Swords. So even if we see him in the big chair because Trump's fallen over, it's not going to last. This is piercing the crown here.
Yeah. And I pulled 3. I got that I got the King of Wands in reverse. He's going to do something arrogant and reckless, and that the truth is going to come out about a lot of things. And so they're telling us to try to have hope and positivity, because, things are changing. He's going down. We're watching the beginning of the end, I feel.
I asked what's going to happen. I got the Three of Swords, delay, disappointment for him. And then look at this one. This one is the Four of Swords, which I would think would mean anxiety. It's also a death card. So I take it to mean he could get in because of the death of Trump, or I take it to read the death of of Vance's political career. That's how, according to what I pulled. What do you guys think about it?
Yeah, Jason says in the comments, 28% popularity now. 28.
Ooh.
Wow.
Kick him out.
You know how it's ice in a glass? Like he stayed there and stayed there and stayed there, and then now it's like...
There was some comments in the last show I did about somebody said that they had read that the Dems have the lowest popularity rating that they've ever had. And I said, well, at least it's higher than Trump's. But my psychic light bulb went on and said that information about the Dems having that low approval rate, I feel was manufactured and I feel was put out there to try to make the Dems look.
They're still going to beat the Republicans.
They're still going to beat the Republicans.
But they do have to lift their game. And
yes,
I think
they do.
that
100%.
poll, regardless of who did it and why, it reflects people's frustration with the Dems, not standing up and fighting, you know. And it doesn't mean they're not going to vote Dem when a push comes to shove. But they're saying to the Dems, do something, please. Please stand up for this country.
Right.
How do you guys feel about the midterms? Do you feel like, you know, he's going to cheat? So, and there's something in that bill, that big ugly bill I heard, that makes him where he can, like, if he doesn't agree with the results or something like that, dispute it. So do you guys see the Dems standing up this time and saying, if it, you know, wanting a recount, wanting a hand recount, wanting to prove, you know, like, I wish that Kamala would have asked for a hand recount.
Well, let me tell you something. It's they already think they're going to, like Texas wants to put more seats in. But guess what? All the Democratic, California, Michigan just announced. You guys want to play that? We can do the same thing. And we'll outseat you by greater numbers. In fact, the Republicans in California are begging Newsom not to do that.
And you know what, Linda? If Texas does that, that's exactly what the other Democratic states will do. And then they'll try to overturn it saying, well, you can't do that. Yeah, you guys did it, so can we.
Yeah.
I see the Democrats growing a set and becoming a lot more proactive. And if he tries to overturn an election, if that goes to the courts are going to say, no, you can't overturn an election because you didn't win.
Right. Well, Cooper, did you see that thing with Rachel Maddow on the Cooper, who's going to run for Senate for North Carolina? When he won, the Republicans decided to strip him of any power to be a governor.
Yes, I saw. Yes, I did see that.
That's how they roll. It's amazing that they're so egregious and terrible.
They tried that in Wisconsin as well.
Yes.
But it blew up in their face because now the Supreme Court up there is controlled by the Democrats. So it blew up in their face. And that's exactly what's going to happen in the state that tried to strip the governor of the power there as well.
Yeah, in North Carolina, because he'll win that Senate seat, by the way.
Oh, he will.
So y'all are feeling that the Democrats are going to get the majority in the midterm. I feel that they will. I feel they'll be cheating, but
totally.
It's going to be kind of a big blow up, like out of just like crazy, like when Obama first won. But listen, my daughter asked real quick. I didn't even know. Did you guys know that Vedic, what's his name? Ramaswamy, remember?
Ramaswamy.
He's running for governor of Ohio. Oh, hell to the no. He will not win.
No.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, I don't believe so either. I'll do my pendulum too, just to see what my pendulum says.
You know what fries me is that a lot of these MAGAs are so bigoted and so prejudicial. Yet if it's somebody that agrees with what they promote, whether they're a person of color, then all of a sudden they're for them. But yet those are the very people that they vilify.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, I find it karmic if Ramaswamy does win. I don't feel that he will. But, you know, I think after this, his career is pretty much, as we say in Italian, sciungato. That means that means it's broken. It's done.
But also, what's J.D. Vance going to do with his biracial children? Is he going to put them in the trunk of the car for a few years? I mean, the hypocrisy of these people.
Oh, yeah. It is. I had my sister, I hadn't talked to her for like 8 years, and I told you, about that. So she talked me into going to Weight Watchers. I went there, and then she talked me going into a Mexican restaurant, and I thought, okay, there's people around, it's safe, I don't have to. And I went and I started speaking Spanish because I'm practicing my Spanish. I go, you don't mind if I practice Spanish? And he said no. And he was smiling and he lit up and he was so nice. And then my sister goes, she goes, my sister loves Mexico. She would like to live there. But I want to know, if it's so great, why are you people here? And I wanted to crawl under the table, and the light went out of his eyes. And he said, I have to wait on another table, like he thought she's going to call ICE. And I thought, oh, dear God, I will never go to a Mexican. And she voted for you know who. And it's like, you will go to that restaurant. And why will you go to the restaurant? You know, if you're wanting to grab brown people and my children, it puts my children and my grandchildren in danger too. She said, oh, no, it doesn't. But it does, you know, they're just not, they're asking questions later.
I wish she would have told her, I won't finish the word in Spanish. I wish she would have told her, vaya como montaña de, go eat a mountain of, and you can fill in the blank.
Well, I wanted to go to him and say, I'm sorry, she's an idiot, you know, but in Spanish. But I thought, no, I just won't do that anymore. But yeah, it just amazes me, the hypocrisy, like you said. There's a subscriber, Auntie Yvonne. She wanted to know, she said, once the dominoes start to fall, who's going to take the role of Speaker of the House? Do you guys have any ideas on what you think?
Oh, well, I hope there's a change, because Hakeem Jeffries, it's a very important role, right? We remember how Nancy Pelosi dominated the political landscape with the role of Speaker, and he's just not engaged. You know, he's just very civilized, very dignified, very calm. No, that's what I mean about the Dems not fighting. It's
right. A lot of people are noticing that, and that's not the turn on anymore.
No.
They want somebody like AOC, somebody in there that
exactly, like Obama was perfect for that era, but that was nearly 20 years ago. Hakeem would have been perfect in that era, in that you know, some sort of role like that. But now they want the fire to fight for them, to fight for these people. You know?
Yes.
And one more thing, this is one of my pet whinges. The head of the Democratic National Committee.
I don't even know him.
I rest my case, right?
I don't either.
Ken Martin, and he's like a Ken doll. Okay. No one knows what he looks like. No, he's never spoken. It's a joke. So you have a speaker who doesn't speak. You have a head of the committee who's invisible, literally invisible. Chuck Schumer is 20 years past his use-by date, and yet they keep sabotaging the talent coming through. They've got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
And you know what I heard when you were talking, Lena? It came through loud and clear from my guides. It will end. In other words, they'll stop sabotaging the new talent.
They must, because there's such talent in the Dems. At the second tier, you know, there's so much talent, and they've just got to let them off the chain. The old corporate Dems need to move over.
I foresee someone as fiery as AOC becoming Speaker of the House. Somebody very fiery.
Or Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine Crockett, that's right.
And Kamala would be great as AG, you know, thing, but they need the new energy coming through. They didn't even endorse Mamdani. You know, that's shameful.
Yes.
Shameful.
Yeah.
Look, I understand the US is 50 little countries, right? I do get that. So what goes down in New York is not going to work in Arkansas. That's okay. You've got the talent all over the tapestry in the Dems. So you have the AOCs and ones work well in New York or Florida or something. You put Katie Porter in, you know, suburban areas. You Pete Buttigieg would be brilliant in the Bible Belt, because he just goes verse for verse with the Bible really calmly and effectively, right? You have others in the Rust Belt. Don't try and do it all with one or two middle of the road people. It doesn't
Exactly.
work for anybody.
Yeah, so you guys kind of answered Sony White's question. She wanted to know, are we going to have a progressive Democratic Party made up of people like AOC, Crockett, and people like that soon?
And others.
You know what, Lena, what you just said is prophetic. And my light bulbs were going off left and
Oh,
right.
goody.
Thinking is like that. Yeah, in a way, it is like 50 little countries, albeit under one federation. But I see the Dems saying, okay, for this particular area, here's the type of candidate we need.
Exactly.
This particular area, here's what we need. Here's what we need here.
Yes. And who you have in Texas is not the same as who you have in Massachusetts.
Right.
And they don't have to be the same.
No, they don't.
Somebody wanted to go ahead, Mel, I'm sorry.
Somebody who's going to be head of the party to unify the party and really give a lot of impetus to the up and coming Dems, who are the new blood. And the
new blood, exactly. And you need the youth vote.
Absolutely.
They are coming on stream. You need the youth.
Yeah.
And we know too, if people vote early, they tend to vote all their lives. If they miss their 20s, it's all over. They're not going to vote.
You're right. You're right. And there's a subscriber, Shifting Veil. She wanted to know, do you guys feel like the Federalist Society is going to be weeded out of our justice system and politics, as well as the Heritage Foundation?
Well, I think that's going to be a slower process because everything about the law is slow. So it's not going to be a midterm win and then the Heritage Society's gone. They're going to be so that has to be undone seat by seat, appointment by appointment, and for people to start demanding the change.
Yeah.
Just like the Republicans chipped away at Roe v. Wade.
Yes.
Like they're trying to do with, gay marriage by picking on trannies, all of that stuff. That's how these organizations that you're talking about, Deann, it's not going to go away overnight. But piece by piece, they're gonna chip away at it.
Yes,
ultimately.
I think that's a good way of looking at it because overturning Roe v. Wade has been 30 years in the making.
Right.
50 years old, but 30 years they've been really working at that. Right. And so I think the Dems need the flush of new energy followed by the chipping away, like you said, the deeper institutions.
The good news is it won't take 30 years.
No, everything's accelerating now.
Right. It won't take 30 years, but it's not going to happen like in a year or 2 or 3.
Yeah, exactly.
But ultimately, Citizens United will be gone. Yes.
Yeah. I had to know if you guys heard this because I couldn't believe he said this. Did anyone, you guys hear? I know you did, but he said he's going to lower drug prices by 1,000%, 600%, 500%, 1,500%. So I guess we're going to get paid for taking our medicines now.
Yes.
This is greght. So,
and he's going to give a check to only the MAGAs. He's going to cut them a check.
What?
With all the money he makes from the tariffs, but it's not going to be any blue state.
Oh yeah, like he didn't help. Was it Maryland or someplace that needed help that he didn't help, but he's helping the red states, just like in COVID when he helped the PPE. Didn't want to help, told him not to help the Dem. This is not a president. They're supposed to be for all America.
That's not his money. That's not his money, but he acts like it's his money.
Yeah.
He does.
Well,
and we paid for him to go to Scotland, and by the way, he took his whole family.
Right.
We paid it.
We paid it.
Paid for those golf trips.
Here's the thing with drug prices. That's a crock, because what would happen before is Medicare says we'll pay this much for a drug, and the drug companies were only allowed to charge this much, so the copay was a lot less. I just went to a chain drugstore whose name I won't mention. And now what's happening is Medicare says we're only going to pay this much, but the drug companies are charging that much. So the copay has gone up. Yeah. Now he can blame the drug companies, but it was him who gave them leeway to make those prices higher and keeping Medicare only paying a small amount. And that's how
the drug companies and the insurance industry in America is obscene it can't go on, because I would go as far as to say you can't be free as a country unless you have universal health care. I would actually say that. You can think you're free because you can do X, Y, and Z, but if you're at the mercy of your next health event, you are not free.
Yeah.
I've often said there's a special place in hell for insurance companies.
And then it'll be interesting what happens with the Mangione trial too.
That's
Well, I
interesting.
keep getting him not being here, like something happening, like a stroke, a heart attack or something. But then also, didn't his parents have Alzheimer's? So saying stuff like that, doesn't that make his base think that maybe he's slipping and maybe they could do the 25th Amendment? I mean, that's showing obviously he's not right. A 1,500%.
And the thing is, he always overshoots. If he said, I'm going to reduce them by 20% or something, MAGA would probably go, yeah. But when you hear these stupid figures, you have to say, even if you buried your head in a sandpit, you have to start getting a bit suspicious.
Trump will do what Trump always does.
Yeah.
He throws things at the wall to see what will stick.
You're right. Yes, he does. And also, he said he's going after criminals, right? But like all these gangs and stuff. But I did some statistics. I looked. Only 1% of the crime is the undocumented immigrants account for only 1% of the crime in the United States. Men are responsible for 85% of the crimes, and women 15% of the crimes. So I just wonder, do you guys see? Well, first of all, I want to know. I was going to ask about ICE. This grabbing people off the streets, anybody can grab you. You can get an ICE uniform from Amazon and have the thing over your head. They're trying to get it to where they have to give their name and they have to give a badge number. Do you guys see that passing, or do you see this continuing because it's dangerous?
Yeah, this will stop totally, but there's people being arrested right now as we speak. They're catching them stealing people, and they're not ICE.
Oh gosh,
human traffickers.
Yes, and there's stuff that's happened to women too that have been people that were not ICE, and they were showing how easy it is to do that. Do you guys feel like some of these people that are being deported that were had their green card, or they were married to a soldier or stuff like that? Do you see, or they were taken from the courthouse when they were in the midst of trying to do it the legal way?
It'll get turned around, but I'm so sorry. It's just like when he stole all those babies, remember, in his first term?
Yeah.
And we got some of them back, but not all of them back. It's just terrible.
You know, Deann, this is rhetorical on my part, but my guy put these things in my head just now. And when you said, deporting criminals, and that's what he's saying, and I wrote, number one, what is the definition of criminal? According, and number two, who are the criminals? The criminals,
they're the GOP.
The criminals are Donald Trump and his thugs who are deporting innocent people, saying they're criminals when maybe they've been in this country without papers, but that's the only thing that they've done. I mean, that's the only illegal thing, but they built businesses, they built families, they've done great things for our country. So who are the criminals? Like in Nazi Germany, who were the criminals?
Yeah, they were following orders. We're going to hear a lot of that. I was following orders.
So, I think when the criminals like Donald Trump, convicted felon, 34 counts, start calling other people criminals, and they're not, and I've had people come in here, well, he's deporting criminals. Oh, really? How do you know when you are just grabbing up a bunch of people?
That's right.
Because they have a Latino last name or maybe look a little bit different, sending them off without due process to a concentration camp. How do you call them criminals? Are they all criminals? Well, most of them don't have papers. Oh, where's your family from? Did they have papers when they came here? No.
Yeah. Right. And a big part of America was Mexican people lived here as indigenous people for years and years and years, and family before we even came here. And then when we took that from them, we said they could be citizens. And then what did they do? They shipped them off and deported them. So it's just like they did to and they also are taking Native Americans because they have brown skin, a lot of them. It is sickening. It is going to be a stain on our country for years to come, and
Right.
we have to do something about it. So when it comes time to vote for the midterm, everybody, please vote. Encourage everybody you know to vote. And we're almost at an hour, and you know what? It goes by so fast with you guys, and I have like a bazillion questions, so that's great because I'll use them for another show. It gives us another opportunity to do this again.
Thank
But
you.
I want to make sure everybody in the chat, right? If you want to be in the drawing, I'm going to do a drawing, put hashtag manifest, and I'm going to do a quick drawing so you get a free bottle of oil and you can try it out. And
What is it, baby oil?
no, they're manifesting oils. I send them to you. They got different herbs and resins, and
I was thinking you were providing P. Diddy's baby oil.
Yeah, with the free cough oil.
Yeah, I had a stripper at my door too, Linda.
Oh, they came to my door.
Thank you, Deann. I have to go because my family's here. And
I wanted to tell them about your event before we went.
Yeah, we're having, Belle and I are having an event in Benicia, November. On
my website.
I rented the vet hall and 2 stories, and we're going to have Annette Burka as a guest, and we're going to have, thank you, girlfriend. We're going to have Sacred Connections, and we're going to have champagne, Third Eye Champagne, Kirsten Langston.
Oh, brilliant.
And I may have more, but we got to see because we've sold 40 some odd tickets. If we just sell that, I'll be okay. That's why I couldn't get a lot of teachers because I didn't want to, because most of the time I never met, I always end up losing on these gigs.
Yeah,
because I also got a fantastic guy to come in. He's going to cook all the food.
Wow.
Do they know about the special person that's coming?
No, I didn't say anything because we don't know quite sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I haven't said anything about that. So
yeah, we don't want to stick them with it, and it ends up at the time comes and things change.
And I know you have to go, Linda. So I'll do the drawing, and you go ahead and go and do what you got to do. I'm just going to do a quick drawing and show them quick.
Thank you, Lena.
Thank you, Linda.
And prayers for anybody that's in the tsunami coming up here.
I'll be praying too.
Somebody just said that's the 10th largest earthquake ever. So, yeah, 8.7. Okay.
I'll keep everybody in my prayers. Do I go ahead and do the drawing, Lena, or do you have to go right now too?
Yeah, I really have to go too. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
But lots of love to you guys and love to everyone in the chat.
Can we do this again sometime? Because I got
I had a good time.
Questions, and Mel had a bunch of questions, so we could do it again.
I'll tell you, I'm going to leave it with this. I will tell you who I will not be voting for in the midterms, and I will not be voting for the criminals. Remember?
Yeah.
There you go.
Bye, you guys.
Okay, hang tight, everybody. Bye, Lena. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll do this again, and we'll do the rest of the night. Huh?
It was fun. See you next time.
Fun. I'll see you next time. And will be 1 second, you guys, and I'm going to put hashtag manifest. I'm going to show you the thing, and just 1 second, Mel. I want to do this really, really quick. Okay. First of all, I do want to show you. If you do win, just go to the site, Manifest Shop USA. This is the site. You can go up here and click on Shop All, and you will see all the different oils that I make. It'll describe them, and my phone number is in the chat. You can text me if you have any questions, any trouble ordering. And also, I wanted to show you one more thing, and I don't do promotions for anybody. Oops, let me get rid of that. But I have this place. How do I do this? Share screen. Okay, nope. I tell you here, share screen. I just did it. Oh, here we go. This place here, I'm going to show you real quick. I've got a coupon down in the description box if you want it. This is called Otter Spirit. This is where I buy all my bracelets because they have like AA, AAA bracelets, necklaces. earrings. They're all crystals. They're great. You can get them by your sign. You can get them by your, whatever, your intention. And I love this place. I get all of mine there, and I'll show you real quick. They come in a cute little, whoops, get this thing off of here. Stop screen. Come in a cute little box like this. And when you open it up, and most of the money, the reason I said yes to them is a lot of their money saves the otters and for their habitat. A portion of the proceeds go to that. And you get a little card, a little bag. And if you can see, I've gotten a few of them. See, look at there. These are just a few of my bracelets, Mel, that I have. And my husband said they're going to be running up to here pretty soon. So there's a discount in there for you guys if you want it, just so you know. So I'm going to do the quick drawing for you. And let's see here. We'll go to the giveaway thing. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to put hashtag manifest. And then we'll start collecting the comments. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Deann,
And
I just have to jump in real quick and say I have to go too. Okay. But I want to tell everybody these oils are phenomenal. Deann sent me a bunch of them. You can see I held them up. I wasn't being facetious. Deann, your questions were incredible. Thank you. And I've got to run it. I want to do this again. I did not do my Spanish homework yet. I will do it tomorrow night.
I'm going to do mine tomorrow. Oh, Mel's taking Spanish class with me. He just needs the refresher. I'm just learning. So, yeah, we have homework to do tomorrow. So if you need any help knowing how to send that, just call me and I'll help you.
I need to practice more. But anyway, okay. I'm going to run, everybody. Thank you so much, Dan. This was incredible. And we'll do it again.
Thank you. Adios, amigo. I'm going to just announce the winner, and then I'm going to go too. Okay. Well, I'll see you later. Everybody, Aurora Blue, you have won. And congratulations. And all you need to do is go to the down in the description box. It's got my link for Manifest Shop USA. There's a link down there, or you can Google Manifest Shop USA. My phone number's down there. You can text me. Also, I'm having a buy one, get one sale. So if you get one and you can't make up your mind, this is for a month. I'm doing this because I know everybody's having a hard time with the prices of groceries and how high stuff is. So I wanted to do something so you guys could afford to get these and try them and see if you like them. So like I said, they have the crystals in them that go with the oil. And the oils are to help you manifest. Some are for money, for luck, for protection, for all kinds of things. I've been using them for years. I love them. And you pick one and then just tell me in the notes when you order what you want for your free one. If you get 4, you can have 4 free oils. Buy one, get one free. I only have limited supplies right now, so get one when you can. And text me if you have any questions. And if you get in and you're like, I have no idea what I want, then all you need to do is just text me and say, maybe you might want me to make you a custom one where you think, I don't know, I'll mix this and this. I ask the guides and they help me choose what oils and what to put in there and how much to put in there and what crystals to put in there. It's amazing how it works. So check it out and support my little small business. And I thank you guys for coming. I'm so blessed to know you guys and to have you here and to have been lucky enough to have such great readers. I love them, guys. So we'll do this again because I was up at 4:00 in the morning writing questions, and I have a list and I have all your questions down here. Maybe Mel, I might be able to get him to come on with me tomorrow, and we can do some more, the rest of the questions. And for the people who were in the live chat who had questions, put them in the comments for me, because I'm going to write those down. And if I get a hold of Mel and Linda, I will write those questions down and we will we'll use those questions. If, I just didn't have the time to get all of them done because I had so many. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. And you all have a really nice day. I'm going to go I had the kids and the grandkids, the air conditioner went over there. So I had all the kids and grandkids staying with me for 2 days. So I'm pooped. So I'm going to put my pajamas on and go cuddle with my husband and watch a movie. So you have a nice day and thank you so much. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.